In this video part of my Golden Rule series, I want to talk about a very simple principle. Now, it seems simple in concept, but what I see in the real world, it doesn't seem to be working all that well. And that's the principle, don't force it. In other words, when you're doing preventative maintenance on a car and it doesn't feel quite right, stop. Just stop. But over the years, I've seen so much damage caused to cars because people force it. They don't really know the procedure or how it works, but man, just give me a bigger hammer or just let me push harder and I can get this thing to work. And nowhere that I see this any more than on the 123 chassis hood hinges. I've probably looked at hundreds of hood hinges over the years, and I think there's only two sets. What, maybe out of 300, 400, 500 cars I've looked at, I've only seen two sets, just two, where this little stop locking tab has not been bent or broken off. Now, what this tells you is that people don't know how to open the hood. They'll get it up into the first position and then, oh, well, I saw somewhere where somebody can just push this thing straight up. So they just start pushing and pretty soon they can break the tab off. But then when they go to put it down, they may have forgotten that they have to release these tabs. So they'll come up here and just reef down on it, reef down on the hood, like I'm doing here. And of course, these tabs aren't even holding into the lock position on the hinges. So, you know, I'm reefing down on it, and sure enough, just like you can see here, both of these hinges are bent, so they will not lock into the full upright position. Now, this is just an example. Later on, I'm going to maybe do a video on the procedure for how to properly open a 123 hood into the upright position, and then how to go through the sequence of properly closing it. You'd think this would be real simple, but there's a couple things going on here if you're not familiar with it. That sometimes you may have to do some reading, you may have to read the owner's manual, you may have to read the service manual or whatever. But this is only meant to be an example. What I'm driving at here is, if it doesn't feel right, whether it's taking a door panel off, whether it's pulling a seat out, whether it's removing a part off the engine, if it doesn't feel right and that little voice in the back of your head is saying, uh-oh, there's something not right here, stop. Just stop. And find out what you need to do it properly. Because if you're going to force it, you're going to break it.